All right, am I coming through the microphone? All right, that's coming through, great. All right, we'll begin with Resolution RS 2016-82, sponsors Elrod and Allen. This authorizes Infinity Restaurant Group to construct and install an aerial encroachment at 114 12th Avenue North. I understand there's a proposed substitute. Can someone tell me about the proposed substitute? No. Hey, Rosie, this one says proposed substitute on this encroachment for Infinity Restaurant. Anybody know about that? Okay. We will assume there is no substitute, so we vote on the bill as proposed. Do I have a motion? Is there a second? I do have a letter from the sponsor. All those in favor? Any opposed? All right. Motion is recommended. Next, bills on second reading. BL 2015-90. This is sponsored by Green, Elrod, and Allen. This abandons existing water main to accept a new water main and easements for properties located along Bidwell Road. Mr. Green is here. I saw him. Sorry. Yeah, there you are. Okay, great. Do I have a motion? All right. Any second? Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Like sign. Okay, motion is recommended. Next is BL 2015-91, sponsors Henderson, Elrod, and Allen. This abandons existing water main and easements and accepts new and replacement water mains and easements for properties located along Priest Road, East Ashland Drive, Maple Mere Drive, Priest Drive, and Otter Valley Lane. Sponsor is here. Do I have a motion? Second? All those in favor? Was there any discussion? Okay. Opposed? Like sign. Motion is recommended. Next is BL 2015-92. This abandons existing sewer main and easements and accepts a new water main, sewer main, and easements for properties located along Woodland and Russell Streets. Sponsor is here. Do I have a motion? Great. Second? Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? Motion is recommended. Next is BL 2015-93, sponsors Swope, Elrod, and Allen. This renames American General Way Health Park Drive from Old Hickory Boulevard northward to its terminus. Do you have a motion? Second? All right, any discussion? May I ask just a technical question? Is this an official renaming of the street so that addresses have to be changed? Okay. Ah.
There you go. This street splits right smack down through the center of TriStar Southern Hills property, existing property. So it's their own property on both sides of it.
Any other questions? All right, all those in favor? Any opposed? Motion is recommended. Next bill's on third reading, BL 2015-54, sponsor is Scott Davis. This changes 0.37 acres from RS5 to SP zoning for property located at 1436 Lishy Avenue to permit up to 3 residential units. Is there a motion? Actually, I'm understanding that there's an amendment. Would you like to move the amendment? Okay. Second? Is there a motion on the second? Is there a second on the motion? Okay, great. Councilmember Murphy, do you want to discuss the amendment? Okay, sounds good. All right. Mr. Withers, you want to speak on the amendment? Yes, sir.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just wanted to check on this one. I believe there was a presentation at the council last time about the SP, and there were some authorizations and Metro Department reviews that had not yet taken place at that time. Would the sponsor or planning give a summary of what those are for those of us who have not had time to read the amendment, please?
Certainly. The planning table like to do that?
Sure. There was initially a concern by the Stormwater Division of Metro Water Services regarding a stream at the front of the property. And they have since, after the Planning Commission's review, determined that it is not a stream, though that doesn't necessarily impact the recommendation of the Planning Commission.
Thank you. Other questions? Mr. Davis?
We'll be taking it down from 3 units to 2 units. It is over a quarter of an acre on this lot. We've had 3 community meetings, and the community has agreed. That's why you had no opposition in the East Nashville district there, because as a community, we'd agreed to make them down, and the developer has agreed to do 2 units on this property instead of 3. And with the recommendations of Stormwater stating that it is not a stream but a wet weather conveyance, that has also, helped my community move forward with this. So I'm asking for the blessing of the council to move forward.
Great, thank you. So we are voting on the amendment, which I'm guessing the amendment is what changes it to 2 units as opposed to 3? Okay, so we're voting on the amendment. If there are, oops, I see a couple more. I see Withers and Mina Johnson. Do you want to speak on the amendment or the bill in general? Councilmember. There, you're on.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to have a question because the configuration I have still shows 2 houses, 1 house, and 2 almost appear to be detached, but 2 houses. So if you would, sponsor could give some clarification if it's indeed 2 houses reduced from 3 houses. So if so, do you have new drawing to specify building envelopes and so forth?
Well, I was not going to make the developer redo a drawing, but I just simply knocked them down legislative-wise to 2 units instead of 1. Can we update it?
The filing deadline for amendments was today, and the amendment that's presented still includes 3 units.
Okay, but
Okay.
but we can suspend the rules because the amendment makes it more applicable to the community, not punishing, but making it less intense development from 3 to 2 units.
I will request official.
Mr. Jameson?
Where's Mr. Jameson? There he is. That one. Can you tell us what the procedure should be, please, sir?
Right. We did not receive an amendment reducing it from 3 to 2 units. And without that, if you want to re-refer to planning with that specification down to 2 units, that'd probably be the shortest route I can recommend.
So that would be an amendment and then re-refer to planning and then come back with
Okay,
officially.
then let's do that. Do we have to Okay.
Yeah, and that would keep it at second reading, is that correct? Okay. So would you want to change your motion?
I would like to change my motion to refer to the planning committee, adding that clause to the amendment, 2 units.
Okay, would that be planning committee or planning commission? What did?
Commission.
Commission. So re-refer to planning commission? Yes.
If it were re-referred to the Planning Commission, it wouldn't appear until at the very earliest January 28th, and the applicant would likely need to send new notices to notice the new public hearing.
And we're not saying that it's necessary to re-refer to planning commission? Okay, so we just want to make sure our language is good. What do we need to re-refer? Re-refer to this committee?
Well, it depends on what the councilman wants to do.
Okay.
If you want this to specifically state 2 units, you could move approval as drafted and then I guess draft as back to the planning commission for 2 units.
I'd rather refer to this committee next meeting and just simply put it down for 2 units.
Is that allowed legally, Mr.?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yes. Okay, so what you would like to do is re-refer to the planning committee with the new amendment in 1 meeting.
Yes.
Okay. So that we have a motion. Is the motion clear? There. Councilmember Murphy.
I guess point of order, point of clarification. So right now we're on 3rd reading for this for this bill. And so we're re-referring to this committee and the expectation for your amendment. And so it will still be on third reading at the next planning committee.
Correct.
Is that accurate? Okay.
That is correct. Okay, any other questions on the motion to amend and re-refer on third reading? Councilmember Gilmore.
I have a question. I'm
Yes,
on the
ma'am.
committee. I just want to understand too. So if you reduce the density, there's never a need to do a notice, and this is just for clarification. But if you were to increase it, there would be, or anybody increases it, would there have been a need to do a notice if it's on third reading? That's my question.
Jameson, can you
No,
answer
I mean, this will be a reduction and referral back to the planning committee, a reduction in intensity from 3 units to 2 units, if I'm understanding correctly.
Yes, sir.
You never have to do a notice.
So it's,
That's what the question is.
so the question is because it's a reduction, that's why it's not necessary to re-refer to planning commission and do new notices.
Well, in this particular case, it's an SP, so the planning commission wasn't looking just at the density, but also the layout and the design of the plan. And so while there are 3 units, there are a number of other problems with the plan, like the spacing, that we have a lot of details that are missing, like the height and the materials and the setbacks and things of that nature. And so I'm not sure that just reducing it from 3 to 2, even if it were referred to the planning commission, would result in a recommendation that it's consistent with policy.
Okay, that's helpful information. So, Mr. Davison, you can amend, re-refer, it will still have a disapproval from the planning commission.
Yeah, that is fine. That is fine, long as it's down to 2 units, and I'll put the height restrictions on there, because
Okay.
these are not going to be 3 stories or skinny homes, and that way I will have my community's blessing and move this forward. Thank you.
That sounds like a plan. Okay, so the motion is to amend, re-refer on third reading. The amendment will include only 2 units and a specific height restriction. Is there a second? Great. Any other discussion? All those in favor of the amendment? Or of the motion to amend and re-refer? All those in favor? Any opposed? Okay, it is recommended to amend and re-refer on third reading. I do not have any late items that I'm aware of, so therefore the planning committee meeting is adjourned.